Hey y'all, it's Cindy Cobb with Around the Town in the South, and I'm here in Clinton, Mississippi with Mark Jones. Y'all, I have truly missed Mark and talking about Clinton and what's going on. There's so many things, and it's May the 11th, and let me just say, it is cold out here.
It feels good.
It is so chilly.
It feels so good. Get ready, because by Friday, we're at 85 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit of humidity. We're back to Mississippi weather, but April and May may have been crazy for us to be inside, but
it has been crazy.
When you stepped outside and walked every night and experienced the 47 degree temperatures on Saturday night, it's been gorgeous in Clinton.
It has been so nice. In saying that, it's been a month or so since I've actually got to do a live vlog with Mark. We've been posting things, and if you're not following the Carried Away Clinton, go follow it. It's what's going on with the dining and the restaurants, and some of the shops are posting on there. It's really cool. Mark, thank you for creating that page for the Clintonians. I know it's been a big help during this big pandemic.
Thank you for all you've done to keep it going. Just helping me get it focused and get it every day. You've been a friend and a help to that. I thank you for that.
Thank you. Y'all, we want to tell you what's been going on in Clinton. We want to catch up with where we are. We are here in front of the new Lyons Club Park. I rode by a few minutes ago before I went and picked Mark up. It's just beautiful. It's something that you want to bring your family and do. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Tell us about the park. We've got this big pavilion over here. Would that be seating for picnics and for reunions? That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this, because y'all know I grew up in Clinton, graduated in 2000 something.
You graduated in 2011.
Yes, I did.
But you're still 18.
That's right. In saying that, that's the first thing I thought of, was gathering with my friends that I grew up with, and being here for reunions and homecoming things that weekend. So tell us a little bit about this.
Well, immediately to my left are some restrooms. We have a family restroom plus men's and women's. It's also got a picnic pavilion, and one of the things we did, we saved, and all the department heads got together and we painted the old picnic tables from the old Lyons Club Park that was just across the street.
Right.
We'll get to what's going on right there in just a moment. But it will seat, and it will be available. The picnic pavilion will be available for rental and reservation for a fee. But it will also, I'm working on state-of-the-art alarm system or security system with night vision cameras in full color with audio. We want the parks to be a safe place. We also want to preserve them for everyone to enjoy. So that security system will help us make sure that this park stays perfect. As you notice, we kept Calliope from the old park as well. She's now the entryway to the park.
It's beautiful.
That is a temptation. We will acknowledge that, but we're hoping people will work with us and not climb on it, and that we will respect that. But with the security system, again, there will be signs that say if you climb on it, it will be destruction of public property, and we will prosecute. Not to bring it down to a beautiful park, but we want to make sure we have to do that.
There's so many other things that can climb on out there. That's absolutely. Is that going to be for concerts, that big stage back there?
So really cool parts about the park. It's made for community gatherings, for families, to really come and experience the core of Old Town. As we've been talking over the past few months, not only with the Go Cup district and the restaurants and the shops, but the park will serve as an anchor to this side of Old Town with a depot within the Go Cup district. So you can come in, dine at the Pizza Shack, maybe get your meal to go, get your drink to go, come to the picnic pavilion and enjoy. But when you come into the park, adults will love this too. We have a slide that actually takes you down into the playground.
No way.
And so you can sit there, and then you have a rope that helps you get down as well, or the sidewalks, the loop around. One out of every, I think 10 times around is a mile too. But what we'll do is everything's a natural grassy berm that we're working on. So we'll come over for concerts, dinner and a movie in the park. Some of the things that we do in Old Town, we will continue to do on the brick streets, but we will also transition some of those, like dinner and jazz. We have coming in June. The United States Air Force Band will be with us for a concert here in the park. And,
how fun!
And I'm also working on maybe a group that goes and plays at different venues around the metro I'm going to eventually schedule them in with Keys versus Strings.
Oh, they're awesome.
They're
I love
amazing.
Marvin.
And we bring them in, and what we'll do is we'll allow our restaurants here in town to set up tents and sell their food. But you can also, again, go to the Go Cup district and bring your food on down in here. You bring your chair, bring your blanket, sit on these natural berms that slope down. And so we have that. The kids can play. What I'm working on right now, instead of a traditional sound system that will sit on that stage, we'll work on speakers that will be set in time delay. So if you're in the front of the park, you're hearing it in the same way that you would be in the back of the park. They will be mounted on the lights coming around the park, and I will control all the audio visual and stuff from a control room back here in the pavilion.
That's awesome.
So we're trying to bring some things to make this park as state-of-the-art as possible, to bring a little bit of the memories that people have with the old Lyons Club Park, bring that in, cherish and honor the place that Lyons Club Park played in our city.
Huge.
And then make sure that we bring something. All of the playgrounds are built to the standards of today, and with an eye towards tomorrow.
Beautiful.
So we've got the park coming. We don't have an opening date yet.
So you can ride by and take photos, but you cannot get on the property because it's not yet open.
That's
but
right.
It will be. And as soon as it is, we'll come back and do another vlog, and we'll talk about it again, because I cannot wait to come to the grand opening, which we don't know when that is yet, but we will be posting. Follow the Clinton page. They have YouTube. They have an Instagram.
YouTube.
I know you do.
Yep.
I just saw that. They have Instagram, Facebook, they have their website. They talk about everything that's happening in Clinton. So it's a one-stop shop if you go to their website. But also on that Carried Away, there's, you're posting stuff constantly. So is the other admins on there, which is great. Y'all, this is beautiful. It's a great addition to not just Clinton, to the whole Metroplex, because this is something that you're not going to see everywhere. It looks like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. I mean, it truly does. It's beautiful.
It's not only Dr. Seuss, but it's also ability inclusive. So it's not just for children to live memories, it's for all children of all abilities. The slide is designed that you go down into the park to actually, for those to prevent static and resistance. So those with maybe a cochlear implant won't get that ringing sound as they enjoy a slide.
That's awesome.
The whirly go round. Remember the old one that used to be out there in the middle, down in the swell?
Yes.
The whirly go round, you can actually ground zero entry to roll, and there's a spot to roll a wheelchair into. Lock the wheelchair in place, and the person in the wheelchair will be able to turn and enjoy the park.
No way.
And then
That's amazing.
You got ability inclusive swings for handicap, but regular swings, so children of all abilities can play side by side.
That's awesome.
This park is an element of leveling the play and imagination playing field, and bringing people of all backgrounds, all abilities together. And so we are extremely excited about this park.
That is awesome. And you don't think about that, children and adults with disabilities, until you actually have to go on crutches, or you have to be mobile in a wheelchair briefly. Then you realize your limitations. But imagine if your limitations were year-round and day-to-day. That is awesome that you're bringing that to the kids. I love that. If you're in Clinton, like he said, it's the Go Cup district. Clinton is opening back up with guidelines, and you can see all that on the pages also. But, I love that we're able to be out here. It's beautiful. Come on out. The restaurants are open, the shops are open. Look on their pages to see where they are. It's just time to get out and reconnect.
We encourage everyone to keep that social distance.
Of course.
Wear masks, sanitize, do what you need to do to keep yourself and others safe.
Right.
But at the same time, being in an outdoor space like Old Town allows that social distancing to naturally occur.
It does.
And so, we're going to be careful. We're going to monitor our parks. We're going to monitor our public spaces, but come out and enjoy. Again, if 303 isn't exactly doing full service, there's some things that we're doing as a city to help our businesses bring curbside dining to curbside and sidewalk dining to their businesses, so that if they had to cut their capacity due to COVID.
Right.
We're working. We'll announce that today on our Facebook page with the mayor at 11:30. What they can do to take their business out into their parking lots, out onto their sidewalks, to expand. So if they had to cut from 50 or 100 to 50, what we can do is help them expand their capacity back out to another few 25, 50 people, so that they can continue social distancing, but also make as much profit as they can. And so we're doing what we can to keep people safe, but also help our businesses thrive. And something, speaking of businesses, you notice it's noisy down here.
It is noisy. We hope that you can hear us, but that's a sound of growth.
That is the sound of progress. If Cindy will indulge me, we're going to turn this real quick, and we're going to give you a final update of something I believe that will tie everything together. We have the depot right down there. Eventually there will be something under the bridge that will be a benefit from a restaurant or something like that, we hope. And then you got the park, and the park's lit. But across the street at the old Lyons Club Park, Mississippi College, this is a private land deal. Lyons Club Park was always a private piece of land. So when that piece of land sold, it sold to a developer who's bringing 90 lofts to the Old Town area. It will look like an old warehouse.
Right.
It will be brick fronted all the way up. It will have on-street parking. It will have behind the building parking, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom houses at market rate, which is $900 to $1,500 a month. So
wow.
High-end apartments that bring high-density living with some retail on the bottom floor to the heart of Old Town. Because in order for restaurants and businesses to thrive, you have to have density of individuals. Residents. So hopefully that apartment complex, that you can see a giant borrow pit that's being dug to excavate the bad soil, because we are in Clinton. We got to get that clay out.
I love that. Like in the town, I remember when my parents lived in Allen, they built a big shopping center. But within that shopping center, and it looked like it just looked like something out of, I don't know where, somewhere else, but it had the shops, but underneath it had the condos.
Yeah.
And it just brought life to the whole shopping experience. It really did.
It's mixed use. Essentially, naturally, what we have in Clinton is an element of the township on Colony Park, naturally because of Old Town.
Right.
Millions and millions are being spent to develop what is along Highland Common.
Right.
And what is going to be built out in Flowood. And Clinton has that naturally. So we have some developers, and now we have money flowing into Clinton to really develop that ourselves. And so as we turn this, be ready. Some of you who grew up in Clinton, it may be a shock, but we're telling you about Lyons Club Park. It's been replaced, and it's been given something new, something that is safer for children and families, something that gives us a chance to bring community life back, but also to bring life, you have to have people.
That's right. And with this pandemic, there's so much family things going on right now. They're walking, they're picnicking, they're doing their PE work outside. They're already doing that the last 6 or 8 weeks. You're already doing that. Now you have a great place in Clinton to walk through once this is over, to come down here, have those classes. And I call them classes because that's what these parents are calling them. We're having PE today and they're walking. So it just incorporates everything, it's just amazing.
It is. So you ready for the sneak peek?
Yes.
4 stories. If you pull up Hillman Commons and do a Google search, you actually find the renderings. The Clinton Courier had a story. The city has some information on our page. This goes along with some other units that are being built just north of Old Town on Monroe Street. It'll be about 21 units plus some mixed-use development that sandwiches Old Town into right behind Revelace. So we have growth there.
Yeah.
We have some new 300 or 400 new homes that are going in on Pine Haven. But the key to it is creating density. And I think this project, when you see the renderings, will actually bring viability, growth, excitement, usability into Old Town. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Don't freak out.
I love it.
All right, so what you're seeing there is the construction of the foundation for Hillman Commons. Hillman Commons will be a lofts with retail downstairs as well. The streets will be streetscaped with lights and sidewalks and on-street parking. So we have some parking for Lyons Club Park right here on the street, plus you can park at First Baptist. But on-street parking for Hillman Commons will provide ample parking for the park as well. And then there will be parking behind the building as well. So we're very excited. So if you come up the street from the post office, if you've grown up in Clinton, you'll have that on both sides of you, living and density. So we're very excited about that. We're
Now
very.
that you're turning that, let's back up and let them see the park a little bit. So can y'all see, and you can see, I mean, we'll go all the way around. This is the pavilion he was talking about. It's going to be awesome. That's the restaurant area. But it's beautiful, and you can walk right on down to Home Depot. You can tell, I was there at 8 o'clock this morning. Crazy. The depot, which is awesome. If y'all haven't been there and taken your kids there, oh my gosh, they have so much to do. But ride by, take pictures. Let's create some excitement about what we're doing here. Let's see. Yeah, you can see us. All right. Because it is exciting. It's exciting to see growth, especially after most of us have just kind of had an existence at home. I know I have. I'm so excited to be out. This is my first real outside vlog. Thank you so much for letting us do it. Anything else going on in Clinton?
Well, surprise.
Another one?
We haven't stopped.
Love
we really haven't stopped.
I know.
Apart from a few days off, I've been in the office every day.
You have.
Working and getting to see things. We've got two things that are happening right now. Construction of our archery range at Traceway Park, which will be one of the Metro's first public archery ranges. Have a daily fee, minimal fee to help us keep the cost, but that's being built at Traceway Park. The archery room and the equipment room and registration room is almost done. The pad has been flattened and concrete will be poured this week for a 150-foot long shooting deck. And then we'll start cutting in a 3D archery range through the woods right there on the backside of the soccer field at Traceway Park.
That is awesome.
That's cool.
That is so cool.
Arrowhead Archery Range at Traceway Park.
Now, is that a city?
City.
Okay, gotcha.
City. We're partnering with MC, CCA, and the Clinton Public School District as well. Though there are about 10,000 students that are doing archery in Mississippi right now as a sport, and so what we're going to do a place that they can bring competitions and also trainings and things like that. So
right.
We're working on that. That is going to be on the backside of the soccer fields at Traceway Park on a piece of land. So be ready for that. At clintonms.org/Arrowhead Archery will be the website. In a few weeks, I'm still tweaking some things on that webpage because we're not ready to show the final product.
Right.
Then today, the Parks and Rec Department has started the install of Kidstown Park. So we have another new playground. Robinson Park opened was completed back in February, but the new Kidstown playground structure is going in this week.
And where is that?
That will be over at 913 Old Vicksburg Road at the old Clinton Park Elementary site where the Bark Park is.
Yeah, the Bark Park.
Right next to it, we'll have another state-of-the-art,
That's awesome.
ability inclusive play structure built right under the trees where the old wooden one, the community built play structure is. That one got too old, so we're putting in a new playground there.
That's awesome. It's awesome to see the growth and the excitement that's going on. It really is. So we thank y'all for that.
Clinton, our brand, our promise is that you belong here. And I believe having paved streets, which we're paving streets more than we have in a long time, about 7 to 10 miles a year, making sure people can move about the town safely, but also coupling that with livability things.
Right.
New housing that meets the needs of young families, but the parks that meet the needs of young families, to open up this city to say you belong here for a weekend, for a night, for a life.
Well, we did that. We did our tour around Clinton. I think it was August of last year. We had so much fun. I'm going to repost that video because I love to bring new life to it, especially when we're all kind of restarting our new normal. You can go there and you can see a lot of the other things that you can visit here in Clinton. So we're excited. I cannot wait to get out here and have the grand opening for this park. Stay tuned to everything they do. Like I said, they've got the Facebook page. I will link all of that on there so you can just click and see what's going on. If you're in Madison or Flowood, come out and take a visit. Stroll the streets. It's awesome. Get your to-go cup. There's so much to see. All the bicycles are amazing. I love taking the pictures from the bicycles. There are placards everywhere stating the history of Clinton, which I think is awesome. And by the way, if you're a parent right now teaching your kid, this would be a great field trip to come and just check out what's happening here in Clinton.
If you're tired of walking, even stop at the Old Town Depot right down the street and you can borrow a bike. All you have to do is leave a driver's license or a credit card and you can borrow a bike for free.
How cool. Y'all need to do that. Y'all, thank you for joining us. We're so excited to get restarted, I guess you could say. stay tuned because we have a lot we're going to be covering the next month and 2 months. So we're so excited. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Cindy.
Y'all have a great day. We'll see you around the town.